Hi guys, welcome back to Grim Dawn. Last time we completed the quest for Barnabas. We went down into the dungeons and the area known as the Devil's Aquifer. We cleared out the slith that were poisoning the water. So now we need to talk to Captain Bourbon and tell him that we've helped out Kasparov with his research, and we've helped Barnabas, and I'm sure he'll have something more to say to us. Captain Bourbon is inside the prison in his office. We can see him there. Before we do that, we'll just quickly talk to the salvage dealer.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Before I turned the camera on, I had a look through what we had in the bag, and I put these two items aside to use. I'm going to get rid of everything else. Just to show you why. You know, these are green items, they're rare items, so they're worth a few bob. But for example, in this case, it has very low armor. We'd be losing a hell of a lot of armor, 40. Plus, it has a lot of bonuses, but none of them, a lot of them are no real use to us. Vitality damage, chaos damage, 5 spirit. Okay, plus 3 physique is alright. Energy regenerated per second, you know, is very, very... And so I'm just going to sell these things. As a general rule with armor, what I do is, if an item doesn't match the item I already have in terms of the quantity of basic armor it provides, I'll usually just sell it. Unless it has remarkable stats, you know, that justify taking a hit on the armor, because the basic armor level determines how much damage is going to get through to the character. So I think it's a good idea playing hardcore to keep the armor levels as high as we can, and then keep looking for pieces that will have the armor level that we want or higher, and also come with good stats. So all of that said, I'm going to sell all of these items. This is a magic amulet, and we found 2 in the last run, and I've equipped the other one because it gives us a 25% poison and acid resistance, which is going to be important going forward. It's very important to build up your poison and acid resistance. So we don't need this, we're going to sell this. This ring we can sell also. This is a little pouch of salt that we actually had it from the very beginning of the game. We can sell that too. That comes out of the amulet socket. Okay, now off camera I checked into the game and bought 1 or 2 components from the trader. I'll be doing that as the game goes on, because these components are very important, and we need to build up a good stack of them for the crafting possibilities later in the game. So we're going to be switching this in. Armor is the same level, but it comes with some very nice stats, including a bleeding resistance. Sell them, and we're going to change the armor. Significant increase in armor. We get physical damage, which is good. Internal damage, good again. That's the kind of damage we'll be doing. And we have fire resistance, again, very important. So all in all, we got some good equipment last time out. I'm going to press complete components. We have a couple of components not completed, but a little bit on the way. Now we'll scoot up and see. Oh, before we go, I'll just check and see, do we have anything? Yes, we'll buy that. And we have another completed component. So I'll probably pop that into one of our armor pieces before we head off.
Iron well spent.
So let's scoot up and see Carlisle and see how many completed components we have.
I'll keep your stash safe.
We also found this last time out. Gives us 450 seconds of 30% fire resistance. Very, very handy. Maybe. We'll keep it and use it. Okay, let's see what we have. So we have this. And we have another emerald. We have a cracked lodestone. Let's have a look at that. It gives us a lightning nova, goes into weapons, shields and casters offhand, so we can't actually use that at the moment, but we will be using that later on for as an input into more complicated items. So it'll become a component itself of more complex items. And we have a bristly fur. I'll take that. We also have a roiling blood, which gives us plus 8% physical damage and plus 16. We can use it in rings, amulets and medals, so we could pop it into that. You can see where they go by right clicking them. So I think that's a nice ring. Plus 4 physique, plus 3% health. A small health regeneration bonus, a small attack speed, and plus 1 to force wave, which is our main attack force skill. So that's quite good. So we might keep that for a little while. So might be no harm to drop. Oh yeah, have a think about this. Now, this one here is called Bristly Fur. It gives us plus 90 health and 25% constitution. Which might sound sort of neither here nor there, but constitution is really, really important. Constitution is the yellow overlay that we can see over the health bar. And the more constitution we have, the more survivability we have in the field. It means that if we're in a tough fight, all we have to do is disengage for a couple of seconds, and our constitution will immediately refill our health bar. If we can get away from the fight for, I think it's 2.5 seconds. And this makes our survivability, this really increases our survivability. Now at the moment we have a 0% constitution bonus. Where is it? There it is. In other words, we just have 100%. And I want to get that up to 100% bonus, so that we can manage longer and more difficult fights with heroes and bosses. So this is all for survivability, and the question is to decide what piece I want to drop this bristly fur in, bearing in mind that I'm not going to be able to take this out of the armor piece for a while, because until we get Kasparov's assistant. When we get Kasparov's assistant, she'll be able to take it out for us, but it's going to be a little while before we get her. So this is why I want to be careful about putting it in, where I'm going to put it in. I want to put it into a piece that I think I'm going to have for a while, rather than putting it into a piece that I'm going to be getting rid of relatively quickly. That's kind of a nice piece. The highest piece of armor we have at the moment is the chest piece, and it has nice bonuses as well, so we'll probably keep that for a little while. So maybe I should pop the bristly fur in there. This fella's quite nice as well. Decisions. Okay, so it's not the end of the world. We pop him in there. I have 15 armor bonus. I'll put that in there. And I have yeah, that's what we'll do. We might as well put the whole lot in, why not? Hopefully we'll be picking up a lot more of these things as we go along. We still only have one chipped claw. We need to get another 2 to form the component that we're going to place into our main weapon. At which point we'll have a better weapon hopefully, and we'll use this as a secondary weapon. We can use 2 weapons. We can switch between one and the other. So we'll hold this one as a secondary weapon to deal with spiders and stuff like that. Okay. So we have 52% poison and acid resistance, which isn't bad, but I think I'll pay a quick
I'll
visit
keep an
to
eye on this.
the salvage dealer once again and see. Maybe not. Let's go and see the captain. Find out what he wants us. Report that we've...
Good, you're back. I've heard good things from both Kasparov and Barnabas. You're a real asset to this community.
Thank you.
One of my scouts came back with news making our next move clear. The dead are heavily concentrated in Burwich village to the north, past the swamps of Wightmire. There must be a reason why. Perhaps the ethereal behind these attacks is there. We can't know for sure without investigating deeper.
So how can I help?
You've proven yourself quite resourceful thus far. Your ability to secure rift gates for human use could be a turning point in our situation. With all the activity around Burwich, there's bound to be a rift gate. If you can capture it, that will give us a solid foothold in the area.
How do I get to Burwich?
Follow the road north through Wightmire. Though in the current state of things, you'll likely have to leave the road behind well before you reach the village. Keep pressing north, and you will eventually reach the outskirts of Burwich. It's surrounded by a palisade wall, so you will have to find a way inside. Once you've secured the rift gate, return to Devil's Crossing.
I'm ready. Okay, so we have 150 reputation. That's pretty good. A little bit of experience. So that's cool. So we're still just in the tolerated range, but we're getting there. So far we've come across the ethereals, which are the creatures that have invaded. The ethereals were given access to the world by the researchers of the Arcanists. Hargate, the guy whose island we visited, was one of those. So they were playing with these forces, and they inadvertently opened up access to this world by these creatures called the ethereals, and they're now invading through these rifts. And these creatures believe that the world actually belongs to them, that it was taken from them by the humans, or the gods of the humans, the ancient gods of the humans. We've met the beasts, and we've met these other creatures called the Chthonians. We're still uncertain about what these are, but as we go along you'll have noticed, I'm sure you may have noticed, that sometimes some of the creatures are fighting each other. And what's happening there is that the Chthonians are fighting the ethereals, and of course both of them are fighting us. Those horrid little creatures that kind of slither around the place that look like, I don't know, they look like kind of crabs or some kind of thing. They're Chthonians, and you'll often come across them fighting undead and so forth. So the ethereals, the undead would be ethereal sort of zombies. They're not actually possessed, they're reanimated by some way or another. And the Chthonians, we know less about them, but no doubt we'll be finding out more about them. Horrors from the void are the things of nightmares. Prior to the grim dawn, Chthonians would only be seen upon cairn, following an arcane ritual gone wrong, or the beckoning of a powerful sorcerer. Despite an effort to exterminate the practice, a cult has formed around blood rituals and the worship of chthonic beings. Members of the cult have been overheard chanting one name in particular, Shaitan. With the world in disarray, the cult has grown strong, garnering new followers desperate for answers in a world that no longer makes sense. Chthonians and their loyal cult appear to be at odds with the Ethereals, eagerly harvesting helpless humans for blood so that the Ethereals cannot use them as vessels. So it looks as if the Ethereals want to possess and use the humans, and the Chthonians want to kill humans so they can't be possessed by Ethereals and do something with the blood. I'm not sure what they're going to be doing with the blood. Ethereals, foolish and greedily did the arcanists of Cain delve into the magical veil known as the Ether, never once suspecting that something was looking back. The Ethereals descended upon Cairn in what is now known as the Grim Dawn, possessing countless humans and butchering the rest. Most despicably of all, they began raising the fallen as mutated, undead creatures, mindless foot soldiers of their invasion. Their very presence on Cairn is enough to mutate the wildlife, turning once docile creatures into vicious monstrosities. But most strange of all is their apparent hatred for Chthonians, as they will battle against the horrors from the void at every opportunity. Okay, so we're going to find out all about that, I guess, as the game goes on. Do we have anything to do here? No. Okay. So at this point I think we should head out. We have to make our way north through Wightmire, Foggy Bank, to the Burwich outskirts, and eventually to Burwich village itself, and try to find and take possession of the rift. The white question marks indicate the presence of rifts, the location of rifts, so we'll be taking possession of these as we move north. For today we're going to go down, we'll take this rift here, down to the lower crossing area. We'll pay a quick visit to Burial Hill to get the ether crystals which are there. They're very important to us as the game proceeds. We're going to be using them for crafting later on. And then we'll head in through the old dump into Wightmire and we'll start exploring all this area. As we move forward, I'm going to be fully exploring the world, looking for side quests and mini bosses and heroes and the like. We also have a few mini quests, side quests to complete in these areas. We have to find Pharos, Julius and Negan, and also Milton Hart. These are obviously humans that have been possessed by the Ethereals and turned into monsters. We also want to get to the Burwich estate here in the north of the village, to find Kasparov's assistant. That's kind of important. I want to get her as quickly as we can. So we're going to be trying to move north as quickly as we can, and also covering all the ground as we go, because it's really important to get a lot of loot, gather experience and levels, and get ready for the adventure and challenges ahead. So for now we'll just pop into the rift and we'll scoot down to lower crossing. Alright. Bum. So what I'm going to do is get up here and just get the ether crystals.
That skill's not ready.
Got it. We can get those guys on the way back. If we come back this way. Maybe we should scoot in as well here. I'll just quickly go in here and get the crystals that are in here as well. You can see how effective Force Wave is. We might as well kill the reanimator again. Third time lucky, eh? We don't need to worry too much at the moment. We can pretty much handle everything fairly okay. I think we out-level him now at this point. That's pretty good. We got some scrap as well. Again, scrap's going to continue to be very important, very useful. I'm going to switch off white. We go to magic, so we'll only see magic items now. We won't see the white stuff at all. Let's go down here. Food ration. Get our constitution back up. Alright. Let these guys come. Okay. So we got quite a few crystals there. We're going to head out this way now towards the north. So we turn around. And we're heading into the old dump. This is an area where we'll want to have a lot of... It's good to have poison resistance. Cave entrance. Yeah, I think it's worth going in here. As far as I remember, this one, there's a mini boss in here. Let's have a look. Putrid Den, yeah. If we stand around in that water, we're going to get poisoned. So now let's be careful because we can get killed in here if we're not careful. Let's try and draw these guys. Good. Bristly fur.
I can't do that yet.
Oops, get out of the water. I'm going to move cautiously through this because it is quite dangerous. And this boss could still be quite, you know, he could be a threat to us if we're not careful. I haven't seen him yet. sign of him so far anyway. Let's go over here. Let these guys come through that little neck there. Oops, I think I think that's him there, yeah.
That skill's not ready.
Whoops. Get the hell out of there.
I can't do that yet.
Okay, got him. Oh, we got a recipe. There we go. See that there? That's a recipe. Death Whisper Ointment. Vitality resistance. Oh, very nice. Yes. That's going to be... Vitality resistance can be difficult to get hold of, so that is a sweet... That's a sweet find. Bernard's Slightly Chewed Buckler. This is what's called a monster infrequent. It's a rare shield that this particular boss, that particular guy that we just killed, drops. Let's see if his name turns up here. No, it doesn't. And it has Seismic Blast. It's quite a nice shield. But we're not using shields, so we'll probably be selling it. So, oh, that's quite nice. 76 armor, plus 4 health, so we'll take that. We don't need him. Don't need him. I think that's it. Okay. And I think he has a stash of some kind. If I can find it. Junk pile.
That skill's not ready.
I'm not finding this guy's stash. Maybe that was it on the body. I wonder, did I miss it? One second. It must have been that body then, I guess. There was quite a lot of stuff there. Not to worry. Oh, second. We shouldn't be running through that water. Okay. So that's quite nice. We did pretty well. Oh, we got a level. That's good. Now there's a boss. You see him? Feros the Rotted. He's one of the guys that we're supposed to take care of.
I can't do that yet.
Gone. Oops, get out of that stuff. Don't hang around in those in that muck when it's on the ground. So we've just slayed Pharos the Rotted. You can see his name over here on the right hand side. That's for the guy that's beside the salvage dealer, who was saying his wife had been killed by the ethereal monsters. And he wants revenge taken. So I just want to have a look around. Take out a few of these creatures. Let's head over this way.
That skill's not ready.
I don't know if you're noticing that Force Wave has a much longer, a significantly longer reach now, since we took the here's this guy coming to say hello. Since we added this here rending force, extra 2 meters. And we have 3 points to spend, so, and we need 2 to get to Warcry. So I think we should do that. Now we have Warcry, so when we have a 5 meter radius on this, and it takes 33% of the enemy's health away. 7.5 second reskill, recharge. I think this works every time you use it. It'll take a third, but it takes a third of whatever's there, so it's a reducing kind of thing. I could be wrong about that. I'm going to have to check the mechanic on that. But if you're getting into a fight with a boss, and if you can just carve out a third of their strength straight away, that's pretty good, I'd say. Well worth the investment. So I accept that. Do I have a devotion point? I do. And we're taking... those are the ones that we have access to now. Last time around we put one in there, which gives us access to those guys. And the one I'm thinking about going for is the tortoise. 25 health and 12 defense. Yeah, so I'll take that. Oh, I have it in the wrong damn one. Isn't that gas? Wait a minute. I'm a little bit confused. I should have invested it there for the tortoise. Okay, I'll come back and look at that another time. I might visit the spirit guide and have that taken back.
That skill's not ready.
It's annoying when you make a little mistake like that, you know. It's an emerald.
I can't do that yet.
to restore our constitution. Chthonics. These are the chthonic creatures I was telling you about. Kind of creepy bug-like things. Poisonous. Oh, that's nice. Quite a lot of components. Some kind of glitch here in the map. I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll see. I don't need that at the moment, so I'll just leave it. Slit. See how we're slowed down by the shaman?
I can't do that yet.
Using the right mouse there to fire off the... Oops. I was using the right mouse to fire off the skill Fire Blast granted by the Searing Ember component. Wakey wakey. Oh, dang. Another cave. Don't need that. Some kind of glitch here. I don't know if that's going to go away when we move over this way. We'll come back to the cave. You see that? It's kind of overlaid. I hope it's not bad news. You know, about some kind of bug or some damn thing.
I can't do that yet.
Hopefully it'll be okay. Oh, now here we go. Got two heroes here. Oh, be jeepers! What did we run into?
I can't do that yet.
So we'll go back the way we came. Good, we got rid of him. That's a good example of, you know, taking your time, being careful about moving forward, not running into trouble. There you go, we got two Plague Lords. Wolven the Inferno and Plague Lord. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll hit one of them, use Warcry. Oh, I don't have Warcry.
Can't do that yet.
Okay, we're doing okay. We're doing fine. Oops. Okay, we're doing fine. What I forgot to do was to attach war cry. Where will I put it? Put it onto Q for the moment. There we go. Whoops. Where is he? So he just managed to dodge those meteors. Okay, this time, boys. Yeah, we got one of them.
That skill's not ready.
2. Oh, we've a lot of stuff. I don't know if we're going to get it all into our bags. Well, we might do. Right. Right. I'm going to try to get to the rift.
That skill's not ready.
We're almost getting there. Just a little bit of room left. Okay. So we have to go around. So we should try to make it to the rift and scoot back. Just get the rift onto them. Now just take it easy here. go. There it is. Oh, welcoming party. Another batch of them. Another one. I suppose in a way what's happening here is that the ethereals are trying to fight me off so that I can't take possession of their rift. I guess that's what's going on. Okay, so we now have possession of it. And we have a full bag, so I think it's time to go back to Devil's Crossing. Oh good, so that anomaly is fine. It was just some, I don't know, some kind of glitch in the way the map was being displayed, but if I just scoot around that way, this way, you see? Oops. Pardon me guys, sorry for breaking up your party. You can see that's going to get erased. Like those guys. Yeah, so that's fine. Okay, we'll scoot back to the rift and back to Devil's Crossing. Do a bit of housekeeping. The dead are still assailing Devil's Crossing. We're just looking at the clock. Okay, I think that's enough for this this episode. Thanks for watching, and I hope if you've enjoyed it, you give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't enjoyed it, let me know why, if you care to. If you want us to get more videos, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, guys.